Welcome back, it's Nicole, and we're going to spend a little more time working through the teacher experience. And now we're actually going to focus on your lesson plans. So here from the home page, you have your tab labeled Lesson Plans. So I'm going to click into that tab, Lesson Plans. These are going to be all of the lesson plans that you have available for every chapter in your program. These are going to match your print lesson plans as well. On the left side, you have your McGraw-Hill recommended lesson plans. So those would be the lesson plans that we've already created for you. And then on the right, you are able to customize any of those recommended lesson plans, which then allows you to edit them, make changes. You can share these with your colleagues, and it also allows you to make changes and edit your presentations. One other thing I wanted to mention about the recommended lesson plans before we actually move into how to customize your lesson plans are these chapter resources at a glance. These will provide you with all of your resources that you have at every chapter. So if you click here, chapter level resources, you're able to see your lesson plans to the left and all of your resources for that particular chapter to the right. And then you have the same thing available for your lesson resources. So all of the lesson one resources would be housed here. Again, information and lesson plans to the left, and then all of those associated lesson resources to the right. So let's go back into lesson plans, and we're going to walk through how you can customize a lesson. So what we will do is choose any lesson from the left, open it up. Notice every lesson has engage, teach and assess with differentiated instruction, and close and reflect. I'm just going to open up teach and assess with differentiated instruction because that's really where the meat of the actual lesson plan exists. So if this is the lesson plan that you want to customize, you will go over here to the yellow Customize tab. You will rename your lesson plan, and you will click OK. And you're going to notice that now the title of my lesson plan has now changed to what I named it. So if you go back in and click on that Lesson Plans tab again, and we scroll down, you'll now see that I have added that new lesson plan. So I'm actually customized that lesson. So let's go ahead and go back into that lesson that you customized. I'm going to go back to that teach and assess with differentiated instruction. And now I notice that I have these yellow edit tabs. And with those tabs, that basically is going to allow me to make changes to the lesson plans here to the left. And I can also make changes to the resources to the right. So I'm able to change the text to the left, and I can add or remove resources here from the right. In addition to being able to customize your lessons, you can also customize your presentations. So right here next to Lesson Presentation, if I click Start, this is going to provide me with my lesson presentation to actually teach this lesson. And I can scroll through. This is actually a video for Lesson 1, so I would be able to embed that video here through my lesson presentations. Also through lesson presentations, you have different interactive whiteboard activities, really giving students the opportunity to use the information here and in a interactive whiteboard format, really helping to prepare them for taking those assessments online where they're actually having to manipulate the content on the screen. Notice you have your lecture slides here as well. Students can scroll through primary sources throughout the lesson presentations as well. Now through the customization, because we customized this lesson, I am now able as the teacher to go in and edit these presentations. So just by clicking that little blue edit button, now I can see all of the slides that are embedded in my presentation. At the bottom, I can slide these around, which allows them to be in different orders. If I click on that plus sign, within that blue box, I'm able to add a blank screen, add a side-by-side view, remove a screen, duplicate a screen, and rename a screen. And then over here, I'm able to get to all of my tools within the interactive whiteboard activities, and I'm also able to choose different resources that I might want to add to this lesson presentation just by dragging and dropping. Once you are finished editing your presentation, you can click on Save, Present, and now you would be able to present that presentation to your students. So now that you've had a chance to see your lesson plans, you know more about the recommended lesson plans that we've created for you and how you can actually customize those lessons and customize those presentations, why don't you go through the process of trying to actually customize a recommended lesson, and then go ahead and click into your lesson presentation and maybe try to move some resources around and try to add your own resources into that presentation.